Hi boys and girls, Miss Kaskie here, and I'm dressed as Miss Frizzle-Wizzle from the Magic School Bus. Today is Dress as Your Favorite Book Character, and so, naturally, I'm Miss Frizzle-Wizzle. Today I'm reading our bedtime story. It's called Something Might Happen by Helen Lester, and it's illustrated by Lynn Mussinger. It's a really cute story about a little lemur who always worries. Here we go. Twidgely Fidget trembled all over. No, nothing had happened to him, but it might. Twitchy was afraid of almost everything. His bottle of shampoo sat unopened on the shelf. What if he got all bubbly and the shampoo wouldn't rise or rinse off, and the birds would be attracted to his head, thinking he was a bubble bath, and they'd stay there for weeks. He wouldn't eat cereal because the crunchy noises might startle him, crushing him to jump and hit his head on the lamp. Poor Twitchy. He found his sneakers especially scary. Suppose he put them on the wrong feet and he had to walk cross-legged for the rest of his life. Oh dear. Twitchy lived in a leafy little hut he had carefully designed. No windows or doors. Something might want to get in, and no roof. After all, that roof might have caved in. Twitchy put a hat on his doll so its big spooky eyes wouldn't frighten him. He was always worried, wasn't he? And there he sat in his dreamy little hut, waiting for something to happen. Knock, knock. Twitchy twitched. Somebody was at his door. Twitchy, called his fellow lemurs. You must come. There's going to be a parade today with drums and trombones and everything. Thank you, said Twitchy, but I'd rather not. Something might happen. Like what? Like I might get bopped with a drumstick or stuck up in a trombone. So the lemurs left until another day. Knock, knock. Twitchy flinched. Twitchy called his fellow lemurs. You must come. There's going to be a big roast. All you can eat. Thank you, said Twitchy, but I'd rather not. Something might happen. Such as? Well, such as, what if a marshmallow got stuck on my shirt and I backed into another lemur with a marshmallow stuck on his pants, and he backed into another lemur with a marshmallow stuck on her hair bow? Twitchy shivered as his voice trailed off. So the lemurs left until another day. Knock, knock. Twitchy shuddered. Oh. Twitchy called his fellow lemurs. You must come. There's going to be a huge 4th of February party with funny hats, confetti, and even balloons. Thank you, said Twitchy, but I'd rather not. Something might happen. What thing? Well, my funny hat might fall over my eyes and I'd trip into a pile of confetti and get so buried no one would ever find me. And baboons, even baboons. So the lemurs left. Then one day, something did happen. Twitchy Fidget's Aunt Bridget Fidget dropped in for a visit. And she was none too pleased as she rearranged her clothes. Oh, you certainly don't make it easy having visitors plunge through your non-roof, she snapped. And just look at you. Messy hair, skinny as a snake, no shoes. You need a fixin'. Twitchily twitched. A fixin'? Aunt Bridget Fidget squirted a large blob of shampoo into Twitchy's head, and then in no time had worked him into a lather. Then she hosed him down, and off came the bubbles, just like that. Twitchily couldn't believe it. Nothing happened. Now open wide! Aunt Bridget Fidget came at Twitchily with a loaded spoon, and as she opened his mouth to scream, she shoved in a large shovel of cereal. Such a mouthful Twitchily chewed. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Oddly, it was so taken with delicious flavor, the crunchy sound didn't bother him, and nothing happened. Aunt Bridget Fidget went on. You know, young man, what I've always said about you going barefoot gives you dusty feet. And now, on with those sneakers. Twitchily trembled. Which was right and which was left? Slowly he put the left shoe on his right and the right shoe on his left. And then, knees knocking, he stood up and he walked. Almost normally. And nothing happened. And take that silly hat off of your doll. Twitchily did. Not so scary after all. Aunt Bridget Fidget eyed Twitchily, surveyed her handiwork. Well, that's an improvement. A definite improvement. Satisfied, she turned to leave. But wait. There was a problem. How in this leafy green world do you expect me to get out of here? Fly? Twitchily, feeling fluffy, full and fashionable in his sneakers, had the answer. Let's see what he does. With nimble fingers, he dug out a window, and then another, and finally a door. And he planted a big smooch on Aunt Bridget Fidget's furry cheek and waved goodbye. Then he set out on his own to look for a wonderful parades, for marshmallow roasts, and he couldn't wait till the next 4th of February. Well, do you think he got over his worried self? Poor Twitchily. I hope you have a good night, and don't worry. Everything is going to be great.